my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Well, it's a wonderful day today because Jimmy Kimmel's ratings skyrocketed. I wasn't expecting anything less. He gave a riveting 30-minute monologue, of which I deeply and truly appreciated. We talked about that yesterday because I had told you that he had come back. And of course, me living in England, I had already gone to bed by the time it aired. And so to wake up and find out that his mainstream garnished about 250,000 views was fabulous. But what was phenomenal was that on YouTube, it garnished almost 7 million views.
Huge, absolutely huge. What are we talking about here? Well, let's take a look at YouTube views, Jimmy Kimmel Live video views. The 6-month median, the median video only gets 240,000. Look how many views Tuesday night's monologue already has. 6.7 million. That's over 25 times as large as the median Jimmy Kimmel video normally gets. And I was looking, it is by far the largest video in at least 6 months. So if Donald Trump's idea was to give Jimmy Kimmel more press and more viewership, he absolutely did so. Of course, I don't think that is what Donald Trump intended to do.
Do you have any sense beyond YouTube of just how big his appeal may have been? Like, a lot of people wanted to clearly watch this from all facets of, not just in America, but you know, this is from around the world.
That's exactly right. So we got this 6.7 million. I will note that that number is up already about 700,000 from the last time I checked, which was about an hour ago. But take a look here. Record high Google searches last night for what time is Jimmy Kimmel on? You wouldn't have to check what time Jimmy Kimmel was on if you were a regular viewer. The reason that people were checking what time Jimmy Kimmel was on, because he was potentially pulling in a lot of viewers who normally didn't watch. And get this, it was up over 10,000%. My goodness gracious. This, of course, dates all the way back since 2004, basically since Jimmy Kimmel was first on the air. So no, it was not just on YouTube. There was a ton of interest, what we're talking about nationwide, worldwide, in terms of what time was Jimmy Kimmel on, because I don't normally watch him, but maybe I want to take a gander because maybe I'm interested to hear what he has to say.
Jimmy Kimmel himself sort of said, look, when Disney did this, I went to them, I didn't like it, but he also said thank you to Disney for keeping his show on. Is there any indication that Disney has something to be happy for? He even plugged, go to Disney Plus, here's how to, you know, as a joke, but here's how to like re-up your subscription.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of people, especially on the left, who are upset at Disney for suspending Jimmy Kimmel, and we saw Google searches last week for boycotting Disney and canceling Disney Plus go way up. But take a look here. Google searches versus last week's peak. Boycotting Disney, down about 75% as of last night. How about cancel Disney Plus? Down about 75% from its peak. So the bottom line is this was great for Jimmy Kimmel in terms of what we see so far on YouTube. It's probably going to translate to the ratings. And also Jimmy Kimmel's return is good for Disney because all of a sudden people aren't so interested in boycotting them or canceling their Disney Plus subscription. So it ends up being pretty decent for Disney's bottom line, bringing Jimmy Kimmel back to the stage.
We have some huge news right now. Jimmy Kimmel's first show back on air scored some of the best ratings we have ever seen in the past 10 years. More than 6 million people watched his monologue and his show last night, his first time back on air after Disney suspended him because of pressure from the Trump administration. Not just that, among age group 18 to 49, it was the best rated television program in literally the past 10 years, according to Variety. He had more than 3 times his average nightly viewership last night, and over the internet, 20 million plus people watched his monologue, or at least clips of it, probably even more if you count across the world. But this is just a testament to how people are tired of the censorship, and people are tired of the division in America. And what they want accurate information, they want accurate and timely news, and they want people to be platformed, not deplatformed for just sharing their voice and sharing their opinions.
Government threat to silence a comedian the president doesn't like is anti-American. You almost have to feel sorry for him. He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly.
Jimmy Kimmel returned to the late-night lineup last night. ABC suspended his show following comments he made about the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Jimmy Kimmel's monologue was heavily focused on President Trump and the FCC chair. NBC4's Conan Nolan joins us live from the newsroom now with all the reaction that's coming in. Conan?
That's right. He was taken off the air by the Walt Disney Company, ABC's parent corporation. But the backlash to that decision was swift and significant. And it was to pressure that has been applied by President Trump's point man at the FCC. Now, Kimmel appeared to answer the call in last night's monologue, which was unlike any other in the long history of late night television.
Happy to be here tonight with you.
ABC television talk show host Jimmy Kimmel spoke for nearly 30 minutes, choking up as he addressed comments he made last week about the alleged assassin of political activist Charlie Kirk. Words that had outraged conservatives, which resulted in the suspension of his program, following pressure from the chairman of the FCC.
That it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way.
Kimmel offering praise to Kirk's widow, Erica, for her forgiving of her husband's shooter.
A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply.
President Trump condemned ABC's decision to return Kimmel to the stage at the El Capitan Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, posting on social media that he had been told the show had been canceled. He then suggested potentially taking legal action against the network again.
Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke.
Jimmy Kimmel Live did not air on nearly 60 ABC-affiliated stations from New Orleans to Portland, Oregon. The owners of those stations, Sinclair and Nexstar Broadcasting, which both have pending business before the FCC, saying they won't run the show. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr praising that decision, writing, "Democrats simply can't stand that local TV stations for the first time in years stood up to a national programmer." The New York Times today reports that Carr wants to expand the government's role in refereeing political content on television.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
And as for those ratings, according to the Walt Disney Company, 6.26 million people watched last night, despite the fact his show is preempted in a quarter of the entire country. In that key demographic that salespeople are talking about, 19 to 49, the best in 10 years, according to the company, and 26 million people watched his monologue on YouTube or other social media platforms.
So I said it from the beginning, and I'm going to say it again. Jimmy, you don't need what you think you are holding on to, because you see what you're holding on to, like so, it's disconnected from the wall. It feels like a win because Donald Trump, despite the fact that he did not want you on air, you were able to come back because of a unified front of Americans that said you cannot take away our First Amendment, free speech, or this is not America, of which you included in your monologue. And so I understand, I get it. I believed you from the gate. You never talked about the late Charlie Kirk. It was in reference to Donald Trump. And I think and I believe that Donald Trump does not like jokes, and he doesn't like jokes about him. And that's where this came from. All of that is, water under the bridge as far as I am concerned. The chief at FCC still spoke out, talking about very happy that Sinclair did not air your episode. And yet, despite that, you had the best ratings in 10 years. Everybody had eyeballs. And this is not only in America, it's globally. Now, we are supporting you out here in other countries, worldwide. Jimmy, you have a platform sitting here where you have creative control and you can make all of that money yourself. You can bring your team. You can bring the 20-man operation that you have had for all of these years, and you can have the freedom. Have the freedom. Because you know what showed me? I'll tell you what it showed me. In 2013, As you guys know the story, Ula came to me and I was at House of Fraser, which is no more, and I was manager and I was selling fragrances, skincare and beauty. And he said, Fumi, my darling, my beautiful, beautiful, fabulous, lovely wife, you see this right here? It won't exist in the future. And YouTube is the new TV. So I started YouTube in what? 2014. Yesterday, or should I say this morning, when I read all of the dailies about Jimmy Kimmel's ratings, his ratings surpassed on YouTube than it did on mainstream media, on national news. They will never get those numbers. And it will only get bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, like I've said, there are other hosts that are here. YouTube is and has surpassed, and it's only going to get what? Bigger and bigger and bigger. Congratulations, Jimmy, and my deepest and sweetest regards to your mom. That's the tit-tat that I have. And you'll be saying to me, Fumi, your teeth, your t-shirt, your pants, everything is, copacetic and white and bright, because I have a treat for you. So sit back and enjoy part 2. I love you, Fumi Nation. Thank you for everything. And I promise to give you everything back and more. Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website, and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The 2 t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this, and just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well, make it loose, loungy with your jeans, and then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits, because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here, in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that, Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier, hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing, because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated. And I realized that, Fumi, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life, because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that he couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you, this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.